Welcome back to Same Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this class, I'll be teaching you how to make this milkmaid blouse or top, as you are seeing right there, which you can use to rock your skirt, your jean. You can use it for anything of your choice, as you can see. So right here, you'll be learning the tips and tricks to making easy milkmaid dresses, tops, using this technique I'm going to teach you. So if this is what you want to learn, please stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Lines, okay? So this is my vertical line. My vertical lines are made, but I'm going to go ahead to explain what or how I made these lines. So this is the shoulder line. That is the starting point line. This is the chest. So you'll be taking your measurement to the chest line, to the bust, the under bust line, the waist line, and then what I have here is the upper hip line. Okay, so on your upper hip, where you want the top to be, you just get your measurement up to that point. So I'm going to take my shoulder measurement. My shoulder here is 15 divided by 2. I have 7.5 inches. I'm going to just create a neckline to be able to slant my shoulder line. Okay, so actually the milkmaid dress is not going to get up to the shoulder line, so I'll be skipping the shoulder line neckline creation. So from this shoulder, I'll come down by 1 inch. That is for my shoulder line, and I'll connect it to my 3 inches neckline. Okay, neckline width. Then on the chest line, I'll also take back my shoulder line, which is 15 divided by 2, 7.5. So this 7.5, I'm going to connect it back to this point. So I'm making the front dress, so I'm going to get the midline of my armhole, which is 4 inches here. So I'll just go in by 3/4 of an inch, and I'll connect what I have here to the shoulder tip. Then I'll take the measurement of my bust circumference divided by 4. Here I'm working with 10 inches. So from the center front, I'm going to mark the 10 inches. Then I'm going to connect with my pattern ruler to that line. So this is what I need for now. So I will go ahead to the bust point to take my bust span divided by 2, which is 3.5. And on this bust span divided by 2, which is 3.5, I'll just go ahead and do what? Place my tape there to get my bust radius. My bust radius is measurement from here to the under bust. So whatever you have, just go ahead and do what? Rotate this. This is going to help you know exactly where the bust cup for your milkmaid dress is going to sit. So make sure you take these lines, so you don't, at the end of making this dress, you find out that the bust area is exposed and is not sitting appropriately well. So once I've done that, I'll go ahead and do what? And mark this bust radius. I'll take whatever I have bust span. I'll go ahead and place my bust span on the waist. I'll place my bust span on the upper hip. Then I'll draw a straight line from that point, from the bust point to the waist to the upper hip. So I'm going to use this to create my dart. So to create my dart, I'll come to the waistline. I'm going to go in by 3/4 of an inch this way, 3/4 of an inch that way. Then I'm creating my dart to the bust point. As you can see, from that 3/4, I'll just go ahead. So once I've done this, so if you want to attach a gown, you'll just cut this milkmaid pattern from this point. But if you are making a top to it, just go ahead and do what I'm doing. Just go ahead and create your dart up to the upper hip line, okay, as you desire. Alright, so I'm done with this, and these are my bust radius. So this bust radius is actually going to serve as a guide for me. So on the center front of the under bust line, I'll just go ahead by 1, go up by 1.5. So I'm creating the cup for the milkmaid dress right now. So I'll place my pattern ruler to that 1.5 this way to create the bust cup. Then on this point, I'm going to take what I have here, which is 3.5. I'll replicate that 3.5 back to this point. So that is where, or the portion at which my bust is going to sit. So from this point right now, I'll just do this because I don't know if my ruler will be able to give me exactly the curve I need at this point. So this curve I have here, I'll just go ahead and allow it to touch anywhere on this line. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to take this milkmaid pattern on the cup. I'm going to follow exactly what I have on my bust radius. Okay, so if you want it to cover a little more, you can just go a little up, but I think I have what I have I need right here. So I'll just go ahead and do this. If you cannot use your if you cannot make use of your pattern ruler appropriately, you can just do what I'm doing now. Okay, can you see what I'm doing now? So this is what you can do. Okay, so I just want to leave it at this point, so I'll be able to have this milkmaid pattern right on my bust area. So having done that, I'm going to take the measurement of my bust circumference divided by 4, which I've already marked here, and I'll add 1/2 inch of an ease to it. I'll come over to the waist. I will take my waist measurement, divide by 4. I'm making use of 9.5. I'll add 1/2 inch of an ease to it, or you can add 1 inch. Okay, let's do 1 inch because I don't want the dress to be so tight. Then I'll come over to my upper hip, which is 11.5. This is it. I'll add 1 inch to it as well. So make sure you add your ease so you don't have the dress, you know, so tight on you. It's actually a top, so it needs to have an element of ease. So from my ease, I'm going to connect everything I have from that ease to this point, and this is exactly what our pattern for the front looks like. So now I'll just go ahead and separate what I have on my milkmaid dress right now. So this part right now is going to be the center front. So I'll just go ahead and cut this pattern. So once I get to the chest line, I'll go ahead and do this. I'll just go ahead and do this. Okay, so our seam allowances will be added directly today. We're adding our seam allowance directly to my pattern. Okay. Alright, so this is it, and then I'll just go ahead and cut out the cup. So this is the cup. So if you look at it, it actually looks somehow like a corset cup. So this part is the center front line. So make sure you indicate the center front line, center front line. So for this center front line for this part, is going to be on fold, but here is going to be open the way it is. So for this dart I have here, I will go ahead to separate the dart, but before I do that, this is my F1 and this is my F2. Okay, make sure you have them noted. So I'm going to, when I'll cut, I'll also join back. Okay, so I'll cut the dart and join it back neatly. All right, so this is the pattern we have for the front. So now we'll jump over to the back, we'll be jumping right into the back pattern. Okay, so I want us to finish drafting the back pattern before we can talk about the slashing and spreading of this. Actually, we are going to slash and spread this to get exactly what we want, but I will first cut out the back pattern. So let's do that now. So it's time for us to start drafting the back. So to make the back drafting very much easy, I'll come in with the front and the back pattern. Okay, so this is the center front, and I've made my line already. So all I will do is to just gum it this way, and then turn this one this way, so I'll be able to create this back. Okay, so this is how we are going to go about it. So I'll just quickly tape it down. Okay, so now I'm done taping my pattern, as you can see. So it makes it easy for us to recreate the back very easily. So this is how we are going to go about it. First, trace out the armhole, very important. So once you have traced out the armhole, next come down from this line by 1 inch. So once you have done that, just bring in your pattern ruler and give your neckline, or the back neckline, the shape you desire. Can you see? So once you have done that, the next thing you are going to do, if you want to also have the darts on it, you can just go ahead and trace this dart. Okay, you can just go ahead and trace it. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. So this is the center of this dart. This is the dart from here to here. So definitely the center line, this is 1.5. The center line will fall on this 1/4, 3/4. So I'll just go ahead and create that line up to that point. And from here, I'll retrace what I have on this line this way and that way. Then from there, I'll take the dart all the way to the neckline. That is if you want to maintain the dart we had already for the front. So now we have the back pattern. So next you will do is to go ahead and do what? I can decide to, go ahead with the measurements this way, but I want to add my contour line. Okay, I want to contour the back because I don't want the back. I'm going to add a zipper to the back, so I actually want everything to lay in place. So I'll take out the front pattern now. Now I've already traced it out, so I'll just take it off. So this is what my pattern for the back looks like now. So because I want to add a contour line, let me just extend the lines so I can contour the back and replace the contour lines. Okay. Alright, so this is what we have. So this is the center back, as you can see. So on this center back, this is where we have the waist measurement. So on this waist measurement, I'm going to contour my waist, and we'll just come in by 0.75 to contour the back. I'll just go this way and this way to eliminate all those puffs you might have at the back of the dress. So if I've done that, it means I'll go ahead and retake my waist measurement from that point. So from here, I'll measure my waist, which is 9.5. Note I added 1 inch, so I'll replace that 1 inch. So that's the only part I need to replace. So I'll just go ahead and reblend this way and reblend that way. So you see, it's very easy to use your front pattern to recreate that line. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and then I'm going to cut my back contour line. Then I'll cut my neckline for the dress, and then my armhole. So I'll just split the two of this. This is my up, and this is the waistline. So I'll just go ahead and name this B1, B2. So I'll split this and I'll add them back to form the darts. So I just take away Alright, beautiful people, so we are done with the back pattern. This is what we have, and we are done with this front pattern. So let's slash and spread. Time for us to start recreating slashing and spreading the cup, but I just want to make little adjustment to the cup. So this is the cup. I noticed that it went so down. Okay, we are not supposed to connect to the chest line. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Just go ahead and apply your adhesive. So once adhesive is applied, or maybe your seal tape or whatever you want to use to recreate this, just go ahead and tape it down this way. Okay, so it actually does not affect anything because this is the upper part of this dress. So I'll just go ahead and make little adjustment to that cup. So from this center front line, I'll just connect this. I don't want it to go too deep. Okay, so it's okay where I have it now. So by the time we are done sewing, we'll be able to have exactly what we are looking for. So I'll just take the measurement of, okay, I'll just go ahead and cut. Okay, so I don't actually want this to expose the bust that much. So what we have here is fine and good. So I'll just go ahead and slash and spread. So to slash and spread, I'll just first mark out. I just want to cut exactly another piece of this to make it 2 or double. Alright, so I have 2 of it now. Okay, so here I have the center front area. So I'm going to keep this and I'll slash and spread this, since this is exactly the same with what I have here. So I'll just go ahead and do what? Slash and spread. So to slash and spread this, I'll just go ahead and mark what I have right here at 1 inch, 1 inch, slash and spread. Okay, so once I've done that, I'll mark out my slash lines this way. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you know the upper parts, up, up, up. Alright, so I'll bring another paper so I'll be able to slash and spread this. So I'm slashing and spreading right now. So I'm going to slash and spread, as you can see, and the spacing for my slash and spread is 2 inches. So I'm just giving 2 inches gap to slash and spread, as you can see right there. So you need the line on top and below to slash and spread accordingly. So I've gone ahead to cut out all my patterns, and I'll be explaining to you what I just did right here. So this is F1 and F2. I added 0.5 inch, 0.5, 0.5 on the hem, 1 inch on the side to sew the side seam. So that is for the front. Then this is the cup. So the cup on the upper part area, I added half an inch all around, but here where I have the center front, because it's going to be open, I added 1 inch here. Okay, so I'm going to sew this way. Okay, just hem it and hem it. I'll show you when we get there. So this is what you're supposed to have on your back as well. This is the zipper part, 1 inch, half an inch, and 1 inch on the side as well. You can also add 1.5 inch, so it depends. So if you're adding 1 inch for your side, please make sure you add that for the front. So we are done right now, and this remains the way it is because we are going to take the measurement of the gathers we are going to make. So I'll take my measurement from here now up to this point. So I have 8 inches from center front to this end, 8 inches. So that is going to help us know how much we are going to gather, okay, when we start gathering the upper part. So I will write the 8 inches here. So the first thing we want to do is to go over to the machine. So make sure you have your this particular cup at 1 inch on this side, and make sure you mark the part that is back and front. So this is the upper part. I'll just use my chalk, upper part on the back. Okay, so once I see it, I'll know that is the upper part. So once I start to gather, I'll actually know the upper part. So now I'll take off my pins because I want to start working on this first. So the part I marked is the back, so it means this cup is going to lay this way, okay, the way it is right now. So I'll just go ahead and do what I'm going to do this. So I'll have this first. So let me do that, then I'll run my gather stitches from end. So right now you can see I've hemmed that part. Okay, so once you have hemmed that part, this remains the upper part, and the upper part I marked. So I'm going to run my gather stitches to this end, run another one to this end. I'll do that and gather up this way, and gather down this way to form the cup. Now once you are done gathering the upper parts, you can see I gathered only the upper parts for the two of them. This is the center front area. So I just cut out the strip which I'm going to use to pipe it. So this strip I'm using is just width of 1.5 and the length of 25 inches. Okay, so I just use one of these to show you what I'm going to do. So we'll be going over to the machine now. So make sure you know the part that is the back. This should be my back. So let me show you how to sew it here before we proceed. Alright, so it's time for us to sew this right now. So here you can see the strip. So at the end of the strip, I'll just go ahead and measure that 8 inches we measured on the pattern. Can you see? This is the 8 inches, and I've already marked it right here. So here is the front, this is the back, and this is the front. So I'm just going to go ahead from this 8 inches. I'll just flip this way, okay, right side and wrong side. So I'm going to sew on the gathers. So I'll make sure I gather everything to accommodate what I have right here. So I'll just go ahead to sew the gathers now. So whatever I do here, that's what I'm going to do the other way on the other cup. So I'm just trying to arrange my gathers. So I'll keep arranging the gathers as you can see till I get to the end this way. So once I've gotten to the end, so it's actually supposed to be, because you have 1/2 inch here, so when you are marking, make sure you mark at 8.5, not 8 inches, okay, 8.5. So from here to here should be 8.5. Okay, so I'll just loosen a little to extend this, or loosen a little at the front to extend it now. So now I'm done gathering. So please make sure that 8 inches you add 1/2 inch to it. Okay, so this is what I mean. I have to loosen out and add 1/2 inch, so I'll be able to use half to sew the sides. I believe you understand what I'm saying. So this is it, and you can see how neat the back is. So now I'm going to fold in this. Okay, I'm going to fold 1/2 inch back, and I'm going to do a little top stitching. So I'll just fold it in this way and top stitch right on top of it. So I'll just take my time. I'll keep top stitching till I get to the end of it. So I'll just top stitch. So you can see me neatly top stitching. So once you get to this point right now, you start folding the strip. So this strip you are seeing here, that's what we are going to use to tie or knot the milkmaid dress at the center front. So I'm going to sew this to the end of it now. Sewing, once I get to the end, I will fold in and do what? Fold in again. Okay, you can see how I folded it in because I need to have that front part folded in neatly. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'll just go ahead and do what? And top stitch right on top of that. All right, so this is what we came out with, as you can see. So this is the center front, and this is where we are going to tie the milkmaid dress. So now to complete this sewing process, I'll start here from this point to make my gathers again back to this point. So I'll make my gathers to this point. So I'm done gathering this one right now. So you can see we have the cup, okay, where we have the bust area. Then this is what I did. I just want to show you. I have to run my gathers from one end to the other. So I'll just pick up my thread and I'm going to gather to form the cup. Okay, so my gathering will go all the way from this point right now. I'm going to take it up to this point. So let me quickly do that. So now they are ready. Right now the both front and back cup is ready. So I'm going to set them aside now, then bring in the front pattern. Okay, so I'm bringing in the front pattern piece. So this is the front pattern piece which is going to carry each of these cup. So I'll just take away my pattern piece. This part I was on fold when I cut it, so I'll take it off and open it up this way. So I will go ahead and sew this to this, the dart, and sew this to this. So let me, I have joined them together and I've sewn the cups right now at this point at another ½ an inch, okay, because I'm going to lay this part from this point. When I'll be sewing, I'll lay it from this point to sew. Okay, so at the end of the day they will meet at each point. So now before I sew this other cup, I want to cut out the sleeve because I'll be using this side to cut out the sleeve right now. So this is the sleeve, the fabric I want to use. So you can make your fabric a little more bigger than what I have here, but I just want to manage what I have on my fabric. So my fabric width measures 27 inches. You can even go ahead and make it 30, okay, as you want more gathers on the sleeve. Then the length of my sleeve, I have from here to here about 23 inches. Okay, that's what I have on my fabric. I can go ahead and make it a little bit longer as I did. All right, so now I'm done with only one part of the top. So what I did right now is to hem the width part of it, and this part I just folded in the part that had the English selvage. I just folded it in by 1/4 inch and stitch on top of it because I'll be passing my elastic on this part. So I put it together this way. So whatever I do here, I will do to the other sleeve as well. So once you put together this way, next is to bring the dress we are making now. So I'll just place it right on top of it. So this is the folded part, so I'll just place this at an angle this way. Can you see? Then trim off that part. So before I trim it off, let me just show you what I just did. From here we'll have the little armhole. Okay, I'll just go ahead and trim that part off. So that's where I'm going to sew the armhole. So we'll be having elastic on this area. Okay, holding the dress. So let me do that. Like I said, the width can be more than what we have here, but I'm just managing what I have on the fabric. So I'll do the same to. So right now I've joined the back. Okay, so I'll just open up and I iron it out. So this is what I have, and this is where the zipper is going to be. So I'll just go ahead and pipe the neckline. Okay, so I'll just use my 1.5-inch strip like we did in the front. This is 1.5 by the length of this. I'm going to pipe it out, so let me do that. Now you can see I've joined the sides, so I want to attach the zipper right now. So I'll go ahead and sew this zip from end to end. Okay, so I'll sew it before we go ahead to the sleeves. So we are done with the upper bodies, and this is the zipper, as you can see. So our dress is ready, so remaining to put the sleeve, to attach the sleeve. So now I just want to do a little ruffle on the hem, just to, you know, make the dress look, you know, somehow beautiful. So I'm just going to pleat in. What I have here from here to here is 10 inches. So once I fold it together, this part will be on fold while I pleat. So once I fold it together, I'll have 5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and do what? I have half an inch from my zipper line. So from here, I'm going to sew here. Okay, I'll close up here. Then I'm going to pleat in. I just make my pleatings, you know. You can make your gathers, whatever you want to do. I can pleat, I can gather. So let me do that now. So we are done with the dress, and I want to sew in the sleeve. This is the sleeve where we are going to attach the armhole part of this sleeve. So to do that, I've already cut this part that matches up with this part, as you can see, and I've hemmed 1 inch. So I'll just go ahead now and insert my elastic band. So my elastic band, I'm going to cut 10 inches to insert right here. I have 2 of them, so I'll just use one to demonstrate this. So I'll just go ahead and measure 10 inches. This is 10 inches. Okay, so I'm going to cut this 10 inches by 2, so I can make it just 11 because I'm going to sew half an inch, half an inch. So let me retake it at 11. Then I'll also cut out 11. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and use my safety pin to hold on to this. I'm going to take it in, but before we do that, I'm going to sew my elastic on this sleeve right now. So to do that, I'm going to measure from the up part of this sleeve. I'll measure the up part of this sleeve to 18 inches. So from here, I'll just go ahead and measure 18 inches. So on this 18 inches, I'm going to measure what I have on my elbow line. Okay, so I will measure my elbow line. So already I know my elbow line at 13, so I'll just measure 12 inches for on the bicep line. Let me use my bicep measurement. Okay, so my bicep measurement is 15, so I'll just go ahead and measure, take 14 inches. So I'll just cut out this 14 inches. I'm going to have this 14 inches for the both of them, for the both sleeves. So I'll just go over to my machine now, and I'm going to sew this 13 inches. Okay, I'll sew it this way. So from here I'll sew right on top, and I'll be dragging it to form my gathers. Okay, I'll do that now. I've sewn the elastic, as you can see right there. So I'm going to insert my 10 inches, which I made 11. This one is going to rest on the shoulder. So I'll just go ahead and pass it with my safety pin into that hole or space we made. So I'll keep passing it to the end. The elastic, so you can see the elastic, I've inserted it right there on the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and close up the sides of this sleeve. Okay, so I'll close it up from beginning to the end, leaving this part we are going to sew into the body. So now I'm done joining the sides of the sleeve, so we just have this part remaining to sew into the armhole. So I'll just go ahead and open up my seam, the side seams, and I'm going to match them side seam to side seam. So I'll just go ahead and sew from one end to the other like that, and we have the sleeve. Alright, so I'm done sewing the sleeves, as you can see. So this is what the sleeve looks like right here. Okay, so that's how to go about this beautiful milkmaid corset dress. So thank you very much for coming to this tutorial. If you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you once again. See you in the next class. Bye.